Is this supposedly the final manga chapter of 2018 to review? You know what? Screw it. Let's just agree to disagree that maybe, yes, no, who the hell cares, right? I wouldn't exactly call this a good way to end the kingdom who has been going up and down in awesomeness this year. But I'll talk about that when I do that live stream in a future, at least hopefully before the 29th. No promises, but hopefully. Yes, this is the kingdom, and I presume at least this is the final kingdom chapter of 2018 at least. At least I presume it like that. 585. The Angry Anime Fan, the very despair reviewer, here to bring you that chapter. Mostly just on how arrogant the Sao forces are and how much they are being overwhelmed. Even though the units of Gyokyo units who has been trained by Ohon with the spear, they cannot be overwhelmed by the glaive of nightmare. So everyone is being trapped, including the stronger people. And the worst of all is the fact that Ohon is being overwhelmed himself also by numerous amount of strong people, including the Gyuan himself. Meaning that this is even a guy who has a lot of potential cannot overcome so many forces that attack him at once. So, according to the arrogant Sao, this is something called the Raigoku, a technique they devised to slay the six great general by combining their strength. And here's the thing: they say they never had a chance to unleash it, but they said that several against generals and great generals of their enemies have fallen to it. This Raigoku literally means prisoner of thunder or something like the Rai, and the Raigoku is the name of used in the Raiyun, something like that. And they proudly proclaim that it's been Zero who has been walking away from that one alive. And here's the thing, they say there was devised to slay the six great generals, but they never got a chance to use it on them. Do they honestly believe they can slay a Quinn potential general with that? Granted, they did say they had slayed generals and other great generals, but however, let's just be frank. The six great generals of Queen were on an entire different level than any other great general of their time. So either way, the adjutant sees that, but unfortunately gets spearheaded by Shugaryu, meaning that they have been caught in a trap. None of them can approach Ohon, who is being very overwhelmed. The only one who has actually managed to get a little bit forward is Kanju, who sees the very fight, and it seems it's gonna be hopeless. So even Ohon is saying that with Gyuyun right in his face, he doesn't have a chance to go on the offensive, and he doesn't have a chance of fighting back. So suddenly, it's Kanju who's actually screaming to Ohon, saying, "There's only one way to get out of here." And Kanju immediately charges in as Ohon immediately understands what it is. And the only way to break out of this Raigoku is to find a single point breakthrough from the inside and outside. As Kanju holds off as many as he can, he says, "Use everything you have left as long as you can get past them. I will handle the rest." So Ohon unleashes his dragon nest, and it seems like even that is enough, but no, Ohon shows a new technique called Shadow Dragon's Talon, and fights even on his blind side. And even though he's so wounded, he managed to get out of the Raigoku. That is what I am saying before. Not that Ohon is a great general, but the Quinn's material is on an entire different league than any other great general potential. However, the despair has not ended yet, as despite having broken out of it, suddenly Shoyun Gaiyuan appears and is going to deliver one very powerful slash, but Kanju steps in the middle as he proclaims to the young master, "Do not stop running." Is this Kanju's sacrifice? Well, Ohon do not really like to sacrifice his people, even though I thought he would. But no, he doesn't seem to like to sacrifice his people. So will he stop running? We cannot forget that this day was apparently the day that Ohon was defeated. Or it very well could be that he was defeated morally, but having one of his more trusted soldiers defeated. Kanjo was a former vessel of Osen, though, so who knows? All I know is that it's despair. Not exactly a good way, I would say, to end the kingdom. It's been really an up and down this entire year, from awesome to bad to good to bad, and despair to hope and hope to despair. All I want is for hope to win in the end, but I mean, it's also worth noting that this is the final day they have food. So you can't just pull us in that Ohon is gonna be defeated, because that means they will still have to fight one more day. And the problem is they can't fight one more day because they have no food. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I am really not sure what to think. Even though it was some kind of awesome fighting scenes there, I mean, yes, I don't like Ohon, but I still don't really like any main character to lose just yet. If anything, I want them to become more humble, not death. But we'll see what happens, won't we? Give me your thoughts if you have any.